My name is Mallory Melton, and I want to tell you why the OB unit at Henry County Medical Center is so special to me. 3 of my 4 children were born at Henry County Medical Center. I had very fast labor and deliveries, so I would not have made it to an OB unit further away. My oldest child was born 45 minutes after my arrival to the hospital. Shortly after her birth, I began to hemorrhage, and I firmly believe, had it not been for the quick actions of Dr. Kimberlin and the dedicated nurses on the OB unit at Henry County Medical Center, I would not have seen my daughter grow up or have my other 3 children, or go on to finish my education to become a registered nurse. It is vital that we save the OB unit at Henry County Medical Center. Countless women and babies are depending on us to ensure they have a place to take care of them during one of the most important moments of their lives. Please don't let them down.
Hi, I'm Erica Gallimore. Dr. Kimberlin delivered my first baby 9 years ago. Her name is Lily. And it was a little scary, to say the least, but the delivery was wonderful. My water had broken over the weekend, and I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know what was going on because there wasn't very much. And on Monday, I had a scheduled appointment. My due date was that Wednesday. And told Dr. Kimberlin that I thought that I'd maybe had an accident. I didn't know what had happened. He tested me, and my water had broken. He had me immediately go to the hospital, get checked in, get ready for delivery. And we waited for my body to wake up and do something, but it never would. And for the safety of my child and for myself, we were past the point of using Cervidil, which could cause and lead to infection because of how long it had been since my water had broken. So Dr. Kimberlin opted for a cesarean to make sure that me and baby stayed healthy. So at 4:45 p.m. that evening, my beautiful baby girl came into this world. I have since had 3 more cesareans, and I'm about to have another, expected in about 2.5 weeks, from Dr. Evans. And I can't imagine being in more capable hands than her. Henry County must save their OB for moms like me who have had multiple cesareans, could lead to the possibility of rupture, and can't afford to travel over an hour to seek medical attention. Thank you.
My name is Lori Barrow. In 2009, I was admitted to the HCMC OB 2 weeks early because I had pneumonia. I was turned away from the hospital that I planned on delivering at because they said nothing was wrong with me. While at HCMC, I developed complications and delivered my son via emergency C-section. I almost died that night, but Dr. Pamela Evans saved my life. The HCMC OB is too important to the women and babies in our area, especially those that will be in my situation.
My name is Dara Crawford, and 3 days after I came home from the hospital from having my son, I started suffering from terrible headaches, and I ended up going to the emergency room because I was in such pain. And my blood pressure when I got there was 155/110. They ended up sending me home because they said they didn't know what was wrong with me, and for me to see my physician on the following Monday, as that was a Saturday. Things did not get better once I got home. A family member called the OB floor here at Henry County Medical Center, and they instructed me to come straight up there. By the time I got there, my blood pressure was well over 180/112, and I was fixing to have a stroke. If it hadn't been for the OB department, I would have died.
Hello, this is Anita Piskus, and I would like to do my testimony of the OB department in Paris, Tennessee. In 2009, I came over there for the birth of my second child, who turned out to be 9 pounds and 3 ounces and was born by C-section. In the next few days, I had realized that my intestine had been damaged while having the C-section for the large baby. So needless to say, I spent the next 13 days in the hospital fighting infection and gangrene and the damage to my intestine, which later turned out to be all right. We are all doing well. But my experience was that things didn't go well, and I was in the hospital for 13 days, which I had an older child, Olivia, who was out her mother for that long. The circumstances in my situation was that my older child got to come and see me every day because I was just 19 miles away from her, and we got to do homework. She got to visit with her brother, and we still got to do that bonding because we were so close to each other from Camden to Paris. I hope y'all keep the unit open because it means a lot to families to keep us together, and we don't have to travel hours away if something might go wrong.
My name is Kim Jackson, and I was a patient of Dr. Danny Kimberlin, who I feel saved my life at Henry County Medical Center. When I went into labor with my third child, everything seemed normal. I was perfectly healthy, and labor was easy and with no complications. However, soon after delivery, my blood pressure spiked alarmingly high. I passed out and started having seizures. Thanks to the immediate reactions of the OB nursing staff, Dr. Kimberlin was able to quickly get me on medicine to get my blood pressure under control and the care that I needed. It was a very harrowing day for all of us. If it weren't for Dr. Kimberlin and the OB staff at Henry County Medical Center, I may not be here today, and my 3 beautiful young children wouldn't have had a mother to raise them. I don't remember the first 5 days of my baby's life, but thanks to Dr. Kimberlin and the staff at Henry County Medical Center, I've been able to more than make up for those lost days with her, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dana Nance, and I'm a former patient of Dr. Danny Kimberlin. On September the 4th, 2008, my life was forever changed when a normal labor turned into an emergency due to a prolapsed cord. My nurse, Crystal, came in, found the issue, called a code in the OB, and within seconds, Dr. Kimberlin, Dr. Pam Evans, and many nurses responded. Within 12 minutes, my daughter, Kenzie, was safely delivered. She is now a thriving 15-year-old at Henry County High School. Without Dr. Kimberlin, Dr. Evans, and the entire OB team, she would not be here today. We cannot afford for our OB department to close. Please, we need to come together and do whatever it takes to keep this vital asset to our rural health care open. Thank you.
On June 5th, 2019, against all lab indications, my body entered into the early stages of preeclampsia. Through careful observation of my fetal monitoring strip, the knowledgeable and caring nurses of the Henry County Medical Center OB unit realized my daughter's heart rate wasn't quite right. Through their quick action of calling in Dr. Pam Evans, who ultimately performed an emergency C-section at 9:30 p.m., they saved my daughter's life. She then spent 10 days in the neonatal intensive care nursery under the care of the neonatal nurse practitioners with the Peds for All program. Due to this program in our hometown, my husband and I, along with numerous family members, were able to easily visit our daughter upwards of 3 times a day for those 10 days.
My name is Angela. I was scheduled for a C-section because my baby was breech and my pelvic and cervix are not lined up. Without any previous labor pains, my water broke. the day before. We drove to the Henry County Medical Center ER and we arrived within about 15 minutes. During that time, I had severe labor pains, and when we arrived at the hospital, my baby's leg was hanging out of my vagina. The baby's umbilical cord was wrapped around its thigh and being pinched. With Dr. Kimberlin and Dr. Whitby being at the hospital from previously in the night, they did an emergency C-section, and we came home safely. If we would have had to have driven any further to a hospital, we would not have come home with our baby.